This poem is called No More to the Wailing Wall. I dote upon my dear ones, but they dote not back at me. Still I plough the worried furrows across my crumpled brow and pay the devil's daily fee. I stuff my sleepless pillow with the thorns of great distress, picking bits of puked-up hope from the vomit of their mess. I pull back my greying hairline with the lost power of King Canute, and take my friend of happiness and beat him like a brute. Yet my loved ones simply smirk and carry on their messy, merry way. So, I've stopped doting on my dear ones, now wouldn't dote them, wouldn't dare. Instead I gently stroke the failing follicles of my now well receded hair, and remember past and fruitless pain. Yes, I've stopped doting on my dear ones, and I've started daring to believe that the great God of heaven can change in rebels such as these. So I've took my expectations and wailing stuffed them in the tree, believing God will get the pigsty sons, just like he done got me. What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he loses one of them, does not leave the 99 in the wilderness and go after the one which is lost until he finds it? Luke chapter 15, verse 4. A word of explanation. C.H. Spurgeon said, "If Christians desire to grow thorns to stuff their sleepless pillows, then let them dote upon their dear ones." I've seen good parents destroyed by the antics of their well-loved children. The western wall of what remains of the temple in Jerusalem is the Wailing Wall, where desperate Jews stuffed their text messages in ancient crevices in the hope and desire that God hears their prayers. Is there a sadder place on earth, an old wall facing the setting of the sun? Yes, there is. It's the Wailing Wall of desperate parents who in their drowning despair have lost their hope in the goodness of God and courage and confidence in all his preserving providences. The Bible portrays the prodigal child as a sheep amongst the pigs. They are deliberately lost and deliberately degraded. The prodigal is an out-of-place son, you see. One thing we can be sure of, and that is that Christ knows his sheep, and in the end, not one of them shall be lost. If our prodigal sheep remain in the swill, then they may be our sheep, but they were never his sheep. Do you know what I mean? Ever. In addition, there is nothing you can do about that. Absolutely nothing, except keep praying. And you must keep praying. You must keep hoping, keep believing, and keep your eyes on the horizon. For who knows, really, who knows when the foul little sheep will come a-rolling home. Remember that it is often so very late in the day when the prodigal returns. Regarding your children, there will come a time, and only you will know that time, when it is correct to finally let go and let God. Your conscience releases you, and you are enabled to leave the prodigals in the goodness of the prayer-answering Great Shepherd. Meanwhile, friends, stop fretting. Leave 'em alone. Some performance tips for you. First stanza, second line together are awkward on the tongue, and they all need practice before performance. Messy, merry way ends with a full stop and a longish pause. I think the end of this piece can be said with some disdain, with sadness, or maybe with some surprise. Take your pick.